All right, everybody, take a breath, sit, relax, shoes off if you want, listen closely, voice of reason. What is happening in Greece at the moment will not have an immediate and irreparable impact on you unless you have your souvlaki, ouzo, and gyros shipped in fresh daily. That's about it for right now. So let's dive into the financial waters. Fear not the sharks. Welcome in the Money Master, editor of the Financial Intelligence Report, Jeff Yastine. Jeff, let's go ahead before we get to Greece and talk about Wall Street today. Looks like a little bit better, 20 points up or so.
Yeah, the market's kind of got a hold of themselves at least a little bit today. Greece is still out there, as you were alluding to, but we had the Dow up 24 points, the Nasdaq gained 29, the S&P 500 up 5. I'd like to kick my shoes off if I could. Frankly, so.
Please go right ahead. It's not a problem whatsoever. We cannot see your feet, so you're in very good company.
They're not camera ready, though.
Please, let's not go there. Let's go ahead and talk about Greece for a moment here. They're not going to pay their IMF loan by the deadline. They said they weren't going to pay them by the deadline, so we're right exactly where we've been talking about for a couple of weeks here. Now the euro is in danger, but let's bring it home. The Fed now is talking about the rates. They're still aiming towards September. How does Greece figure in, if indeed at all, to their decision?
You know, the Fed is looking at the sort of data regarding Greece that many of the rest of us are, in terms of, like, if you look at Greece's GDP, the GDP is close to what Iraq and Ireland's is. So it's important for people in Greece, but in the broad scheme of the global economy, it really doesn't have that big of an impact, and the Fed recognizes that. It would have to be a true, like, cascading situation, and the Fed has dealt with those before 2007, and before that we had a hedge fund that blew up in 98, 99 that was big for its time. The Asian financial crisis was very big. So the Fed's got its eye on the ball here, but the Greece situation would have to really become gigantic before the Fed would make a move in terms of pushing back this expected rate hike.
That's why we tell everybody, calm down. All right, we'll keep you posted here, but everybody calm down. All right, 2 minutes, two things. Let's get to this here. Uber's term sheet, $470 million in operating losses, $415 million in revenue, and they've got legal trouble over in France right now. They're looking to bring them up on charges, basically for not allowing their drivers, or their drivers aren't registered or licensed. This is a company that doesn't look like it's here for the long haul.
Well, it's interesting. This term sheet that has been going around on the internet today came from this a bond offering, a bond situation that they're looking at. And it's really a first chance for market observers to look inside the company before they do, an IPO, which is expected by the markets at some point down the road. And it's interesting that, you think this company's got to be a gigantic moneymaker, and yet the term sheet is showing that they have significant losses. Now, Uber will say that it's not reflecting the true performance of the company, because they've been expanding very quickly around the globe, opening and expanding into new markets. So it's something that the market itself, when they do that IPO, the market will have to figure out on its own. But it is an eye-opener. It shows that when companies do large expansions, that they do incur large losses, even for something that looks like a slam dunk type of stock like Uber could be.
And companies lose money all the time. Look, while they don't look like maybe they're here for the long haul, we've seen this before. Companies lose a lot of money early on in the front. They hang in, they make it, okay? So again, this is one of those things. Still, everybody, shh, calm down. Serenity now, okay?
Uber's not a public company, so
not yet.
They have to worry about it.
Not yet. There you go. Okay, remind everybody that if you want to learn about Uber, you want to learn about all the rest of the Wall Street doings that are happening, simple. Go to Newsmax.com. Go ahead, check the finance tab. Jeff Yastine, the entire team are there 24/7. They'll bring you up to speed, and we will continue to follow the Fed. Jeff, always a pleasure, my friend. We'll talk to you again tomorrow.
Thanks, Ed.
All right, buddy. Take care. Coming up, a stark reality on cancer drugs and treatment when we continue on MidPoint.